Hey everybody, my name's Chris Warren.
My name is Matt Lopes.
Welcome to the You Should Be Worried podcast.
You guys having a fucking good day? I'm having a good fucking day. Chris, I walked out this morning. I woke up. I was like, I showered. I walked out of my front door, right? And as soon as I opened the front door, like the sun came out from behind the clouds. And I got hit with this like beautiful like beam of sunlight.
That's beautiful.
And I was just looking at it. And the first thing I thought was, my eyes! My fucking eyes! Ow!
That's nice. That's beautiful, Matt. What I did this morning is I woke up at exactly like 9:55, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta leave in like 5 minutes to make the podcast. And I rolled out of bed and I put in a Zin, and then I drank my Ghost Sour Warhead Sour Watermelon.
Sponsored.
And then I dry heaved about 5 times because that's a lot to put in your body in the first 3 minutes of being awake.
Yeah.
And I went, it's fucking go time, baby. I looked in the mirror. I shadow boxed a little bit. I said, your dad was right. You're a fucking pussy. And then I got in my Hyundai and drove here.
If you want to know what gets Chris so amped to do his like really passionate rants, you just pick up yourself a bottle of Ghost fucking sour candy energy drink.
I'll be honest, they don't pay us, but they really should. If you want to, so I can't do drugs anymore. As everyone knows, I'm a sober guy. The closest I can get to like that amazing euphoric feeling you get of like those first couple lines of cocaine, before your body starts getting a tolerance for the night, like those first couple lines in the first hour of doing cocaine. The closest I can get is a Ghost energy drink with its 200 milligrams of caffeine and then a Zin. You put those together in quick succession, like within 5 minutes of each other, and ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. You're like halfway to a line of cocaine. You feel pretty good.
Zin should be fucking not allowed for what you do.
Zin is crazy.
It should not be allowed, and you should not still be considered sober.
Well, I started feeling like a burning on the right side of my mouth because that's where I usually pack it, on the upper right lip.
Like,
and I started
burning a hole and shit.
Yeah, like it's starting to get tender and bleeding. I just started putting it on the left side.
You know, you only get one gum in your life. You know that, right? You only get one gum.
Dude, I think about this sometimes. When I was like probably 14. My brothers were like heavily into dipping, like long cut. Ooh. And I remember my brother made me dip because he wanted me. Like, that's how I got high for the first time. Like, they wanted me.
They made you dip?
Yes,
how
like,
old were you?
They were like, I just want to see Ben get a head rush so bad. Like, this will be funny
what
for us.
Are you?
I was 14.
14 is
so.
I want to see my 9-year-old brother throw up.
Yeah,
dude, I got my first head rush. And like was in love with this stuff, dude. Me and my boy Derek would ride our bicycles to Conklin Field, pack lips, leave it in there for like 30 seconds until it like hit, and then we'd try to ride our bikes home. And it was the best feeling
Ben's
ever.
older brother is like, Ben, I think you gotta stop with the fucking
dude. I used to have
tobacco.
a straight up
cut.
dragging Ben away from the can, and Ben's like,
I used to have a literal like slit in my gum.
Yeah.
I used to ask my brother like, "What the fuck is that about?" And he'd be like, "Dude, you don't know. Like the dip has like fiberglass in it."
Yes,
like,
I was good like, for you. Gets in the bloodstream quicker.
What? What, dude? I thought this shit was candy, dude. I was like, yeah, our stepdad does it when he coaches.
Fiberglass, glass that makes you shit.
The first time I did nicotine, I was like 19 because I was not like I was a late bloomer when it came to drugs, which we saw that turned out. But so we were smoking weed, and my friend's like, like bongs are sold in stores is like for tobacco use only. Like, you think that actually works? And I was like, yo, bro, let's give it a try. And so we got like pipe tobacco from his like dad's cabinet or whatever, like that. Like pipe tobacco is like kind of almost wet and has like a weird like mangoes flavors and shit in it. And we each packed a bowl.
Oh, and you guys just ripped
in a
bowls?
And I ripped a pipe tobacco, inhaled the whole thing, held it, breathed out, and immediately threw up and fainted. And that was my first.
Different than a cigarette?
Yeah, it's a lot heavier. You're not supposed to inhale pipe tobacco. You're supposed to puff it in your mouth and spit
You're not
it out.
supposed to inhale it, and
it's
then,
like a cigar.
And then you're bong ripping it.
Yeah. So I threw up and passed out, and that was my first intro to nicotine, and I was like, I'm in love. I'm going to chase this feeling for the rest of my life.
All of that bong smoke in your mouth and not and not like inhale any of
with
it.
the tobacco. It's my roommate would put me onto T-balls. They're actually, dude.
Is that what they're
There's a
called?
word
Yeah,
for
they're called
everything, dude.
T-balls.
There's a
Yeah.
word for everything.
It feels like you just did
T-balls is
15
nuts.
whippets at once, bro. You get so dizzy, and he would start before an 8:30 class. This kid would just pure tobacco out the window.
Yeah.
Dude, those are fucking wild.
Oh shit.
And they sting like crazy.
Yeah, it
because you're
doesn't
not
feel
supposed
good.
to inhale that much tobacco at once.
Yeah, it's not good. So that's what I used to do when we, and then later on in life, like, you know, about 6 months later when like the town would be dry, like we couldn't find weed, we would just do that. We would just sit in a garage in the winter, playing, what's it called? Just Cause 2 on a old projection TV,
Yeah.
on a moldy couch and rip fucking pipe tobacco out of a bong.
You ever play Secret Hitler?
That game doesn't really end well for my people usually. We try to avoid that.
But do you
We like to know
about
who
it?
Hitler is
Do you
and
know
really
about
oppose
it?
him.
Have you ever-
No, is that like Mafia?
It's just like Mafia. I
Okay,
think.
yeah, I played Mafia.
Yeah. It just seems like that would be the kind of games that
Dude,
you play with your friends back in high school.
No.
I
We
used
were
to play Secret Hitler all the time in college.
me and my friends were very much that. I regret this mindset because I feel like it kept me out of a lot of things I could have enjoyed. But it was the mindset that like everything fun is gay, and people who are happy and have fun are dumb and gay.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we're smart, so everything's
Life's about being
sucks.
sad.
Yeah, we're so yeah. Me and my friends were like, we're so smart that we should never be happy or have fun a day in our life because that's how fucking smart we are.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did I have that attitude?
100%.
Like I ruined my entire high
you
school
guys are all
college
Charles
experience.
Xavier,
Yeah.
all of you. Just
Yeah.
like, I know too much.
Yeah, like my friend, my friend got like a girlfriend and started like picking up hobbies like painting and was like
Yeah.
being self-actualized, and we're like, we gotta stop hanging out with this guy.
This guy's having too much fun.
Yeah, Tim's getting a little self-actualized. He sounds like he's entering the Matrix again, dude. He
Dude.
doesn't know that everything sucks except
what I'm
for
saying.
rye liquor.
People think being depressed is cool.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
it really. I fell for that, dude. I
Yeah.
really had this mindset in my late teens and early 20s, like, and even for a long time, like I had this mindset that like the tortured artist was the peak of being alive, and you should almost like manufacture that. Like if your life wasn't bad enough, you should try to make it worse because then you were like Van Gogh or whatever.
How do you feel about the tortured artists now? Do you consider like us or no, not at all?
Before you guys continue, that just reminds me of a very innocent boy. This kid I met in college who was in my comedy club. We started the comedy club together. He was like fresh off the boat from Pakistan. This kid,
Nice.
Faison. He was awesome. And dude, he loved comedy. Like a lot of the comics in the scene, like low key would find him annoying at times, but it was just like, dude, pure love of the game. This kid would have done any amount of time for completely
Is he still doing
free.
comedy?
Yeah.
We got to get him out
He's
here to
out
Connecticut.
he's out in Boston, dude.
Oh, my dude, we got a road trip.
no.
Let's go visit him.
I know, we should. He got an engineering job out there. And
No, he no longer does comedy.
no, he still does comedy.
Oh, he
but
still does. Oh, fire. Good.
whatchamacallit? Literally, he's like 2 months in. He's like, yo, I'm just like genuinely worried. We're driving to a mic in Michigan. He's like, dude, I just think like, you know, I'm doing comedy now. Like, I'm worried I'm just gonna like get depressed and stuff. And I'm like, no, dog, that's not how any of this works. And he was like, oh, sweet. Like,
You
genuinely
being a comedian
thought-
doesn't mean you're going to be
Yeah,
sad.
just a lot of depressed people or gravitate to, which is ironic because it's the happiest, fun, light
Right,
thing, and then
right,
we're
right,
like,
right. Dude, I think hecklers are the worst. I love the act of doing comedy so much. This past weekend, I had a heckler, and it was just like in the moment of me doing what I love, something's not going right, and therefore it's my least favorite thing in the entire world.
the
at that
worst,
moment.
the worst hecklers are because like when you're doing good and you zing them, it almost makes the set better. Like when
Yeah.
the audience is on your side and they say
Yeah.
something stupid, everyone's like, "Woo!" Gets on your side when you roast. The worst is when you're bombing and you know you're bombing, and then someone heckles you with like a good one,
Yeah.
and you don't because you're already stressed
lucky.
because
I've
you're
never
bombing,
had
and
that.
you
I'm
fumble.
so
It's like,
lucky.
"But, you dumb bitch," and then everyone's like.
Yeah.
The audience is like, oh, come on, man. You're like, fuck, he's making it worse. Also, I love that low-key flex. You're like, I mean, that's never happened to me, but that's crazy.
Dude,
You've been through that.
Well, I've bombed. Of course, I've bombed, but I've never had a heckler on top of a bomb. Open mics, sure, you'll get like one or two people, but like on a show, nah.
My
nah, I never had that.
favorite bomb I've ever had in my entire life
Yeah.
was like I was maybe a year and a half into comedy, so it was like earlier on. I was still figuring things out, and I did this show at Stand Up Harlem.
Okay.
Have you ever done that room? It's a really cool room. Love that place.
Yeah.
But it was like my second or third time going there, and I was like, not only was I the only white person on the show, I was the only white person in the entire building.
Oh shit.
So I
the staff was not white.
no, like literally, like so, which is whatever. And I show up and it's winter, so I'm wearing like a long trench coat, like I used to have that, and I was bombing. It was like I was just for fucking 7 minutes. I was bombing. It was not going well. And then I had this joke that at the time was like, I don't even remember what it was, but it was like the joke. Oh, this always works. This is gonna save it. And I hit the punchline and I paused like, like waiting for the applause, like waiting for the applause
like
break
that
because it's like obviously such a perfect joke. And silence, and this old black woman in the back just yells, "Y'all better start laughing, or he might start shooting with whatever's under that coat."
No!
And everyone bursts out laughing, and a bunch of people in the audience are like, "Hey, yo, Columbine! Hey, yo, Columbine!" And Columbine! Everyone starts fucking laughing so much, and I just go, "Man, what was your name?" She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ruin the show. You keep doing your thing."
She won't tell you her
being,
name.
She was being nice, like she felt bad that she had hit me so hard,
yeah.
and I was like, No, it's fine. She told me your name. I was like, you know what? Give it up for her. She just saved my set. I was bombing, and that got the biggest laugh of the night, and I just cut 3 minutes early. I was like, thank you. Nothing's going to top that. Good night. And it was my favorite heckle on earth. And
when that happens, do you walk out of there being like, I did well?
No, like here's the thing. Obviously I bombed. There's no way to defend. Like I didn't get a single laugh the whole night, but that experience was so much fun of just getting roasted so hard and like having the audience call me Columbine for the next minute.
It's
That it was just kind of like honestly one of those things where it's like that was so bad it was honestly funny. Like this is gonna be a treasured memory someday. And the woman was so sweet. She was an old woman, probably like in her 60s, 70s. She comes out there and was like, "Oh baby, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ruin you. Were doing your thing. I was just here." And I was like, "Ma'am, no need. That was the funniest thing that's ever happened to me. No need to apologize."
Dude, like y'all better start laughing or he's gonna start shooting.
It was so good, dude. It was so good. So, I believe her name was Grace. Grace, if you're still out there, thank you for giving me a wonderful memory of because if that hadn't happened, it just would have been me bombing and just being upset I bombed. So at least there was like some positive that came out of the bomb, you know?
Yeah, that's so good. The tortured. Going back to whatever this fucking tortured artist thing is, you're saying like Picasso and like Mozart, like those are tortured artists. Do you think are there any tortured artists that you think are currently alive right now? Or do you think a lot of people are tortured artists?
I think a lot of people, or at least, because the thing is, like, it kind of becomes, like, fetishized, especially now in our society. Like we were talking about, like, being depressed and thinking everything sucks and being, like, too cool for fun or happiness is, like, in now.
Yeah.
It has been for a little bit. So I think also a lot of times people, like, artificially in their mind make their situation worse than it really is because they're like fetishizing that, like, I'm so tortured as you have no idea. I'm so deep and dark.
Yeah.
It's because I'm a real artist. That guy that is having fun up there, he doesn't even know, dude. He's a stooge. Like, and I really used to be like that for a long time. And then one day I just woke up and was like, thinking that being happy and having fun is like lame is a really dumb, self-destructive mindset to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, who am I doing this for? I'm just ruining my own life by talking myself out of... Like, good things would happen to me, and I would talk myself out of why they're not really that good things, or, like, something bad is obviously going to happen now to ruin this, or in the grand scheme of things, none of it matters. Like, I would talk myself out of having good moments for years. It's dumb.
But it's also, like, if you're having, like... If you have that mentality, like, some of it's going to bleed through in your personality a little bit, And if that's who you are... either on stage or off stage, hanging out with other comics that don't feel that way, isn't that also going to kind of like hurt you, like networking wise, like possibly, or no?
It could, I guess. It's like, I don't like.
We're also in a weird scene where it's like we'll hang out with anybody, no matter if they're depressed or not. Like comics are pretty down to hang out with anybody who's also a comic.
I just like people.
Yeah.
I find people very interesting, and especially people on the extremes of their behavior, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I just like find it fascinating.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
Last night I shat so much last night.
All right. I'm going to veto this next segment. I'm just going to veto this next segment. Nah, we're going to, can we get a...
Chris, it's all lit up right here.
Can we cut
Chris, I swear to God,
Matt's
you're going to
mic,
love this.
please?
You're going to love this. Please.
Right.
You're going to absolutely love this.
All right.
So we're at the comedy venue. and I have to go. I have to use the restroom, and I walk into this restroom, and it's a very small restroom. There's no lock on the door, on the main door. There's 2 stalls next to each other. Both the stalls are like this big. Like I'm trapped in this thing, and I'm like, all right, just gonna go pee, right? Just gonna go pee. But we just went to a sushi place, and I had like tonkatsu, and like so my shit's like starting to run. And
this is at Mamoon's you're shitting?
No, this is at the venue for Don't
Oh,
Tell.
you didn't go into the nice bathroom?
I did later.
Oh my god.
I didn't know it was an option.
Okay.
I went upstairs where all the normal people go. And I went into the stall, and there's no lock on the stall either. So thankfully it was right here, like right past my knees. So like I could just like keep it closed with my hand, and I'm taking everything off. I take my I'm trying to pee, and I'm like, oh shit's coming out of my ass right now. So I turn around and I sit down, and I'm still have to pee, but I'm doing a really good job at holding it. And I take off my shorts, and I take off my underwear, and I hang it on the little hook in the stall. And I take off my hoodie, and I hang it on top of that. And I'm shitting and peeing at the same time. And so that's all going well, right? Everything's done. I'm cleaning up the pee on the ground. There's a little bit of pee on the ground. And now I'm putting my shoes back on.
How is my bathroom ever clean, bro? How is my
And I'm putting my shoes back on. I think that's so funny to say. And you're like, your shoes are off in a public restroom. Yeah. And there's a guy coming in next to me, and he's just like peeing, and he leaves. I don't look at his face. And I get up. I'm wiping my ass. I'm not doing a great job at it because I don't have a lot of room to work with. And I'm putting my clothes back on, and I look back at the seat, and I shat a little bit on the seat. There's a little bit of poop on the seat. And you're like, Matt, how the fuck do you shit on the toilet seat? And I'm like, I know. How I don't know how that happens. I think my shit was so explosive that some of it got on the seat. I didn't want to bring this up on the podcast.
It's not even a punchline to that. So you just described the shit.
Real talk,
but
how did
I
you
would've
get
felt
the
like
fucking
you-
shit on the
No, we don't
the
have
toilet
to.
bowl?
We don't have to invest.
See, I don't even know why, because most of it obviously went in the bowl.
You weren't already
So I
sitting
was like,
down?
how the fuck?
Did you begin shitting before you started sitting down?
Like, no.
You have a problem, dude. You have a bowel
I
problem.
really don't understand. And then
You need surgery.
Darius went to the bathroom like later in the night, and then when he came back down,
Oh,
I
you
was
saw
like,
your crime scene?
I was like, did you see this?
You
He's
didn't
like,
clean
that
it?
Was
You didn't clean it? Dude, that was a nice photography studio. What is your fucking problem?
I was like, I've never shat on a toilet seat before, so I was scared and I didn't clean it.
You
Dude,
know,
some girl who like lives in Adobe Lightroom is going to go to work and be like, my bathroom is decimated.
you know, there are times in my life where I think like, you know, I could have gone to grad school for history. Like that was at one point a path I was going to take, but I chose comedy. And this is one of those points where I realized I might have made the wrong decision. I might have.
You could have written a dissertation on 150 books.
Yeah.
Even the books I love, I don't remember every single thing that I read in those books. You're reading 150 books, you're going to come out with how much information are you actually going to come out with?
Yeah, Matt read all of Percy Jackson, still doesn't know who the lightning thief was.
It was Zeus. No.
You like that one, Matt?
No. It was Percy. They accused him of stealing the lightning.
Matt read the biggest book of his life for middle schoolers and still doesn't know who the main character is.
It was Kratos, the god of war.
Yo, Kratos is in the later books of the fucking Percy Jackson. That's great. No, it's funny. That's funny. Matt's dumb. So funny.
Chris,
You know,
I think we're.
I don't know. Hold on. You don't get to stand on this. You're the victim after a half-hour description of you taking a shit. Okay, you don't get to then play the intellectual high ground after that.
Yeah, there's got to be like an inverse graph of like how much shit you leave on the toilet seat versus how much you can obtain reading books. Yeah. And I think you're just way up in the top left corner.
Much
left.
Much like dairy,
No
book
books.
knowledge runs right
Bullshit.
through Matt.
Very good. Applause. No, actually, we have a button for it. You don't actually have to fucking clap. My last night we were at the
that's
sushi
such
place.
different
Right
things.
now we're at the. Right now we're at the. That you're right. That is a very much more natural. You clapping. I
Just play the automated sound every time.
instead of enjoying yourself. We went to
I'm gonna throw up.
Dude, good thing you don't have fucking headphones on, bro. Good thing you don't have fucking headphones on.
What?
Man, I just want you to know that you make me fucking sick. Man, I just want to be clear. You wonder why people blame farts on you in a group of people after what you just fucking did.
Why did you say that? I make you sick.
You just held out mucus on your tongue like it was a
I
tab
was
of
showing
acid.
the camera. You didn't have to look. I was showing them
We're
at home.
mid conversation. Like, why are you looking at my mucus?
You didn't have to say it like that. I'm playing the victim again.
No. Oh my god, dude.
Holy shit. we're at the sushi place last night, and I'm ordering my tonkatsu because I can't eat anything else there.
Okay, yeah.
And the guy brings us our drinks, and I'm like, "Oh, would you be able to get me sriracha too? Could you bring over some sriracha?" It was the only thing requested.
Reasonable
at our
request.
table.
Yeah, reasonable request.
Thing,
Yeah.
The only thing that was requested from our table, right? There's nobody else in this restaurant. It's just us. And the guy goes, "Yeah, sure thing," and he smiles. You know?
Okay.
I'm like, "Okay, it's registered." He walks away, and I never get my sriracha. Never. And my tonkatsu arrives, and I was like, "Hey, I asked for sriracha. Can I also get a napkin as well?" He brings me one napkin. I guess I asked for one napkin, but like,
Come on.
it's.
He looked at you and
tonkatsu.
was like, this guy only needs one napkin. He's going to be a clean eater.
I took off my hoodie, and I got.
Did you get fully naked at the time for tonkatsu? Just sitting there. You hang your shoes up on the hook, and you're like, I'm ready.
It's so funny. Hang my fucking.
Can I please, instead of chopsticks, can I just get a funnel? I'm just going to need a funnel for this.
That's so good, dude. He was no, like I took off my hoodie, and on my shirt that I was wearing under it, like I was eating the tonkatsu, and it was just all the liquid was getting
Jesus
fucking,
Christ.
right, just falling right here. And I was eating with fucking chopsticks and shit. And then my friend was like, you can hold the bowl closer to your like face, and I was like, I didn't think that was like a possibility. Like they're not gonna think weird of me if I pick up my bowl and eat it like this.
Yeah, because as opposed to you just spilling noodles and ramen all over yourself on the
I
table.
get that, but like that's like so that I love that. If I can do that, I'll do that forever. I haven't been doing it the whole time because I always assumed that it was like not customary to pick up the bowl from the table. Because like I've had people get mad at me for like picking up my cereal bowl, like in the like when we're at whatever, like when we're either eating breakfast or whatever. Like leave the bowl on the table. Don't eat like
Yeah,
this.
you can eat like that.
I assume you could also, but like I don't know how other people act. So at this place, I'm using chopsticks and I'm bringing it from the bowl down here to my mouth, and it's spilling all over the fucking place. But now that I know you can fucking pick up the bowl, that's all I'm gonna do now.
Yeah, now I don't even have to get naked at the table
Now I don't have to get
eat.
naked at the table. Ben, you ever get naked at the table? Yeah, fired.
Eating naked is empowering.
I don't think I've eaten.
I do that all the time at home.
Oh, I will eat naked. When
I'll
I
just
get
turn
home at
the
nighttime.
heat up high in my
Uh-huh.
apartment, so it's like nice and warm in the
Yeah.
winter, and I'll just be fully naked with like a pair of slippers on,
Yeah.
just fucking
Fire.
eating shit out of the microwave.
Fire,
I don't
dude.
I don't care.
I'll strip down to just my boxers, and I'll go home after a long day, and I'll put on the PlayStation. I'll be like, Ben, we hopping on Fort, and then I'll eat like a chocolate bar in my boxers playing Fortnite.
Like Augustus Gloop.
I don't know who that is. Is Augustus Gloop a fucking fat fictional character?
He's the little German boy in Willy Wonka that kept drinking out of the chocolate
God
river till he
damn, dude.
fell in and got stuck in the
That's
pipe.
me, Augustus Goop.
Well,
That's a good name. Goop?
it's good.
The Goop.
Such is life.
Such is life. How's the new car? Good?
The car's good. Whipping around. It's nice. I get, I don't know. There's not really much to say. I haven't masturbated in it yet, so that's
That's great.
we're trying to keep it a masturbation free zone.
Oh, good. I want to know when you break that.
I'm also at the point
Like
where
while it's happening. I'm going to take a break from
I'm at
watching
the
whatever
point
porn you're watching.
with masturbation and porn. I've been doing it so heavy for so many years that it's like I don't even want to anymore.
Yeah.
It like makes me depressed. It's like I don't even.
Yo, me and all my boys, aka me and my 2 boys, we're on some not nutting because it makes you stronger shit. And it
Semen
does.
retention.
It does make you
It does,
stronger. You
bro.
found that it's made you stronger.
Dude, I'd be ripping my workouts because I'm just so fucking sexually aggravated.
It's true. That is a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd be out here crushing stages, crushing weights, crushing
See,
no
I
pussy.
I just do semen retention.
Yeah.
So that I can write. I do semen retention so that I can write more racist jokes. I just don't nut, and then I'm like, what are black people up to? And then I get my notebook out, and that's
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of You Should Be Worried. My name is Matt Lopes. You can find me on most social media at Matty Fucko for right now. And then I don't know, check out my dates or DM me if you're interested in coming to watch some stand up. Follow In the Making ITM at on all social media platforms. We have really good sketches coming out. It's a really fun time. And Chris?
Yeah, guys, you can follow me at Chris Warren Comedy on Instagram and TikTok. I got all my show dates, all that on Instagram. It's all up there. Just go follow them both. Go follow them both.
Yeah.
DM me. I get lonely. I'll talk to you probably.
Fire.
And then, also don't forget to follow this podcast on Instagram and TikTok.
At You Should Be Worried Pod.
You Should Be Worried Pod. And
Yes, sir.
like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube.
Yeah,
and,
show some love. If you've
you
been
know.
watching this shit, fucking love us. We love you.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure.
It has.
And thank you for watching.
And we'll fucking see you next week.